Off top, I want to give a shout out, big enough love and respect to the Abyss podcast, man. You know what I'm saying? 200 episodes. If I ain't mistaken, I think I helped y'all set it off on the very first one. You know what I'm saying? And y'all done had the ball rolling ever since. Yo, need y'all in this lane. You know what I'm saying? If y'all ain't went through the Abyss podcast, then you not in the Abyss, man. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been holding this shit down and continue to do so, man. Superman love, man, from the Slade. You know what I'm saying? 200 episodes. The Abyss podcast. Feel me?
200 episodes of pure perfection, pure excellence, and great execution from the Abyss podcast. I congratulate you, my dad, Carl, the wise man, the punk rocker hip hop Primo Jab, and the skit god champion of the world, Lukey Cage. I appreciate you. You guys are amazing. Thank you for your friendship, and thank you for all this content that you give us that we will be watching for years and years to come, for people to finally get in tune with the Abyss sound and what is happening with the underground. Peace and love from the All Time Podcast.
Yo, indeed, it's your motherfucking boy Spody, aka Spoda, aka Mr. Dope Flow, big motherfucking walk, big Long Island, big Bayshore. Huge shout out to my boys over at the Abyss podcast for hitting that 200 mark. You know what I mean? Salutations and salute. Tap into them boys, man. Great podcast. Super dope energy. Tap in, you heard me?
A big shout out to the Abyss podcast. They've now reached 200 episodes on the podcast. It's been a pleasure to have had an episode on there as well. Keep doing what you're doing.
Hey, yo, it's Dean Milenko from the All Time Podcast. Just here to say to the Abyss, congrats, a big congrats on the 200th episode. 200 episodes, that's a lot of great conversation, a lot of artists that discovered because of you guys. And if it's 200 episodes, that means Lukey lost internet connection for like 150 of them. So shout out and keep going.
Ready to rock and roll?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Today is a momentous occasion for the Abyss podcast.
That's right.
Thank you, everybody, for coming with us. We've paused over 3 million times on this show. Over and over again, we paused. You know what I'm saying? We are the kings, and some of y'all out there, the queens, you know what I'm saying, of the pauses. You know what I'm saying? Carl, how are you?
Man, living the dream. 200 episodes. That's amazing.
Definitely, yo. That's a dope shirt you got on there.
Yeah, repping my company with my wife, Odd Works. That's right.
Definitely, yo. I'm repping the Infinite Wave. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to FDNAC, Bon Hueso.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to Primo Jab for coming through, lacing me with this bad boy. Primo Jab, that's a dope shirt you got. Yeah, body rock.
It's you him.
Yeah. Word. Yeah. Oh, nice shirt you got on there, Primo Jab.
Oh yeah, man. You know, I went low key groupie tonight, man. You know, had to rep. Had to rep the illustrious Dave Proch artwork. One of my favorite T-shirts. Shout out Big Pounds, issue 191 of the Abyss
just
podcast.
91. Just 91.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Excuse me. I said 191. Nope, just 91. Excuse me. Yeah, that was issue 91. Damn, that was 91?
I know.
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
Crazy, man. But yeah, man, shout out Pounds, man. Shout out the Abyss podcast, man. Mm-hmm. Shout out Dave Proch, man.
Definitely.
Yeah, and what you wearing, Dave Proch?
Yeah. Oh, I'm repping that Hanes.
Classic white tee.
Screen for $10.
I gotta say, Proch hit me up and he goes, man, I know you guys are going to talk about your shirts and all my shirts are packed up. I'm going to be wearing a white shirt.
Yeah, like I'm in the middle of moving right now. Like, so all my good stuff, I'm repping that Hanes today.
You could. All you got to do is put like a couple like Sharpie lines on there and say your boy Aldovino did that shit.
Oh, shit.
Aldovino did it.
Yeah,
he bought it for $2,000.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, it's art piece.
Man, all you got to do is just put put Proch across the shoulder or something, man, and make it your own merch or something, man. Sell them for $50-$100.
Anyone watching this episode, actually, you want to DM me when it comes out? I'll write Proch on here and do a little illustration for you. $500, man.
There you go.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
See, there we go.
Yeah. What's our gun voice? Art. It's art. Art.
There it is.
Yeah.
You tell me
That's a buffalo.
Yeah, I'll put it on here with like a paint marker. You know what? Let's do 300. I'm cutting you a deal, but I'm not going below that. Yeah.
No, man, cut an even better deal. Do it for 200 to represent the 200th episode.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'll do it for 200. Anyone watching this episode right now, this is Classic Haynes coming to you. What do you want on here? You send me that 200 PayPal. I got you.
That's right.
That's a legit.
That's legit.
It became it was a joke. Then it came out to be real. It's like that's real. That's real. That's kind of
as a freelance artist. Like I always got my mind's always in that place anyway. So that's a good idea.
Well, and speaking of merch, the issue art that you're going to see when this is posted, done by our famous Dave Proch, will be on merch for our 200th episode. So I'm going to cook it up and do something special with it and get those online as soon as possible. So
instant cop.
You still in Philly?
That.
You still in Philly?
No, I'm in Huntington, West Virginia now.
Oh shit! You're in West Virginia.
I've been out there. When my mom worked at the hospital.
Oh, yeah?
Out there. Yeah. And so we went out there for Thanksgiving because she travels all over the nation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we went out there and we had Thanksgiving out there.
Wow. All right.
Yeah. Ain't that wild, G?
Yeah. I got here like a year and a half ago after a lifetime in Philly. My whole lifetime.
Word.
It just was time to roll. So I did,
So indeed, your Sixers let me down this year. I was supposed to be talking hella shit to you, know what I'm saying, during basketball season, because I can't talk shit during football, you know what I'm saying? Word. So, boy, it didn't happen like that. We should have been going back and forth. I was looking forward to it, too, at the beginning of the year. Like, I'm going to be all over Dave Proch ass Pauls whenever these Sixers and Knicks go back and forth. Yeah, but it didn't happen.
Didn't happen this year. Nah.
Yeah.
The Eagles, though, this year.
I can't talk shit about y'all,
That's
though.
Legit.
I can't talk shit. Y'all, y'all just gonna ban the tush push, but
I wasn't there for the parade, but I was there for the parade. What was it, like 2017 when we won?
Yeah.
And that was, to see that many people. Philadelphia's not the type of place where you get like 1 million people in one place and everyone's gonna be happy. Everyone was like happy, like hugging each other. It was beautiful. Like when Philly, I'm not gonna lie, I don't follow like a lot of sports and nothing like that, but I love Philly sports because when the teams are doing good, the city's safer, the people are happier. It like has no effect on the people.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
That's dope. That's dope.
Like it saves lives, really. So it's like,
Wow.
That's some wild shit, man. Yeah. Philly's a very interesting like place, man. Whoa. So boom, you did all these covers for us, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm going through looking at them right now and seeing some of my favorite joints. Do you have any of your favorite joints that you've done for the show?
I always like the Dan Nicholson one. I like.
Yeah,
it's one of my favorite episodes. 162. I wrote that down. Whoa! That's a pretty hot one, yo. That's a great interview. When we got off the phone, it was a great interview. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like that one a lot, and because I didn't use any black ink. I used all purple ink, and it just had a whole different effect. And I like it. And then I like the pound one that you're wearing. I put them in a mountain.
I love that you made it conceptual on there and turned them into the mountain, man. That's what I think makes it so ill. And I like the color scheme that you used. The palette was dope.
Yeah, I know. I had fun with that one. And then
I mean, there's a bunch of notables. The 100th Sep was fantastic. I love that portrait. The Wino Willie, the Jamal Gasol was outstanding.
Yeah.
Really kind of went crazy with that one. Bubs, the Bub styles.
I love the boar's head
with the platter.
I like both of them.
Yeah.
There were some that I really liked because of what it allowed me to do with them. because if some people don't know, I cook up all the graphics on top of Dave's work. And the Mesquite Helene one with the tentacles coming out of the window.
Yeah.
Yes, that's one of my favorites. That's one of my favorites too.
And trying to find a way to kind of wrap those in and out of the lettering. It was a lot of layers, but I had just a lot of fun with that one. And I just thought it was super dope. Yeah, I mean, just so many great ones. The Mondo Slade one for issue 150.
Yeah, when he's pulling his mask and like the lights and everything are coming out. Yeah, that's a hot one too.
I wanted to look like it was like losing its form. Like the painting was falling apart as you saw it.
Yeah.
And I want to design it where it's like there's so much action and energy in it. Like I want it to be more abstract, I guess, than what I normally do. Yeah, I enjoyed that one.
Dave, I just find it hilarious that Mickey like called us out about not having Proch do the cover.
Oh yeah, and then when he came on, he got two then.
Yeah, he did. We did special joints. Yeah, but he's like, "Yo, what's Proch?" Like, what? Like he really wanted the Proch art, and that's what people really like. Some of the lore to the podcast that you bring to the podcast, they look forward.
It's a prestige.
They really think, yo, I got a chance to get a Dave Proch. Yeah, because Mickey was like, yo, where's Dave? Like, that shit was funny. He's in a group message, right? That's what happened, right, fellas?
Yeah. And I will tell you that most of the artists that unfortunately didn't get one, because you do have a hectic schedule and you do all of this for us out of love. So, I can't again tell you how much I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
But every artist that doesn't get one always says something to me like, what? I don't get the portrait. I don't get the Proch touch. And I'm like, look, the man's busy.
Yeah. The last episode.
Personal. It's like in a perfect world, I do it every week, and I wouldn't have to worry about bills and life. But it's like,
what the fuck?
What it is. Like, and then I do like landscape stuff, because like they like some money over there. They like that shit over there. I do this and that, and it's just I can't always do it, but if I can, I do it.
So while we're on the cover art thing, I want to make sure that I give you flowers because, I live with an artist and I consider myself an artist as well. Not a painter, but you have this unbelievable ability to capture the essence of people in your portraits. Mm-hmm. And for you to do that it's not even a week. A lot of times you turn these out to me in like 3-4 days. And there are people that would take a month to do a portrait and still not be able to nail, like I said, the essence of who that person is. When I look through and like the Andre de Saint,
that's hard.
The Lord Juco one, super dope. There are so many of these that when I look through them, I don't know, man. It's amazing. The Imperative one was super trippy. And another one that I had fun kind of working off of as well. You are just so unbelievably talented, and it drives me crazy that you don't get the respect. And I don't want to make this like a chip on the shoulder kind of episode, but it drives me crazy that your name isn't talked about near enough in this underground lane. I mean, just facts.
With that, though, to me, and I feel the same way, but that, to me, kind of gives me further fuel. Because I feel like, I'm kind of meat and potatoes. I give you the art, but I'm not doing too much extra shit,
Yeah. So
if I can just continue to be consistent and reinvent myself every week, what's undeniable is undeniable. And to me, that's what matters the most. That's how I look at it.
True indeed.
That's how I look at it.
Does anybody have the numbers of how many covers that he has done for us?
I don't have a specific on that.
It's a lot. It is. It's over 100.
Oh, well over. Yeah. I'd say probably 150.
Yeah, definitely.
I only missed like a couple last year.
Yeah. I mean,
he went on a solid run.
But I think I only missed 2 last year with a guess.
But the solo episodes, that's Carl. So I know
Yes.
Yeah. So that's why I say I take the numbers down, because like that's when Carl gets to cook up some funny shit for us. Like I have the Pope robe, the pink Pope robe.
Yeah.
The
Lukey Charms was one of my favorites to do.
Good, yeah.
Yeah,
The Rock
Lukey Charms.
Marciano joint was pretty dope. The Rock Marciano joint was dope. You know what I'm saying? With Primo Jab had the Bell of Dark Horse in the head. Yeah, definitely. Y'all two combining forces is excellent, yo. You know what I'm saying?
His graphic design skills, like I'm blessed in that regard. I know when I give it to Carl, he's gonna pick out that one color in the painting that I hid in there, this subtle thing. Never the main color. It's like this one that was barely there. He's gonna get that and make that. It's going to be this perfect balance. I can't wait to see what he does with this. I got right here next to me right now with the four of us.
Yeah. You can't show it.
I left a lot of space for you.
No, Lukey.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No, it's got a premiere. It's got a premiere.
What you being mean to me for today?
I'm not being mean to you, Lukey. I'm just trying. Hey, man, I feel like I'm talking to Ash sometimes. You got to be patient.
Hey, yo,
let the people see it when they see it, man. Don't let Dave reveal his masterpiece before it's time for his masterpiece to be revealed.
They already seen it. They already seen it on the thumbnail.
I'm going through some of these covers.
Yes. Yeah, they have. All right, you're right.
I'm going through some of these covers, and I just found the Diplo one that I did for the 4th of July Spectacular.
Yeah, that's
yeah, the dip set.
Yeah. The dip set, and then the A-Team one that I did with Lucy Cage in there.
JC up in that joint.
I'm going through right now, and I'm finding some. Well, first of all, the episode 198 or issue 198 that just came out. Lord Toast,
with Lord Toast,
the Samurai Lord Toast one is an epic one.
The Greenoid joint. That's my voice.
The Greenoid. I was going to say that.
He need to use that for something. He need to hit you up.
Like to go back to Carl's point, man. I think most people that end up getting their covers done are just so blown away that they're gonna. I mean, 9 out of 10 people, I'm sure, have reached out to you and said something like, can I get that picture for my wall or something like that? Because the imagery is just so dope. Like, for example, 167 Dundilly, the Dundilly power joint is epic. 166 with Ida, Ask the Alligator. I mean, the Kai cover, the Kai tribute cover was dope. I mean, we could go up and down.
Yeah, the Kai one was really special.
Yeah. The God Bless joint with the Bears hat.
Yeah, God Bless. Shout out the Bless cover. Shout out AR.
Fuck the Bears.
Spoda cover 171 was amazing.
Yep. Yep. I mean, we can keep going down the list.
On this.
Yeah, this is a ton of joints.
There was the Pro and Mickey that you did, like Ghostface.
Yeah, the Gucci Ghost cover.
Yeah.
I just try to reinvent. Like every week, I want to do something different and keep it fun. Like when you're a kid and you're making art, like you just want to keep making it different. Like that kind of.
Oh yeah.
Bubs is another one that's had two, because you did Bub Styles twice.
Yeah.
Because he was also on 181.
Jay Roberts got a dope cover.
Oh yeah.
Definitely the AR. The Maze
AR. That AR Arizona Scape is dope. Boo Boo the Prince.
The Maze
cover
overlay
is dope.
157.
I like that Boo Boo the Prince one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, we can go. I'm going down the list right now. Fortunately, I like the Pro Dillinger umbrella over everything. The umbrella logo shirt cover. That was dope.
That was one of my cleanest. I think the umbrella that was like Pro's body.
Yeah.
To me, that's one of my cleanest ones I've done. And as far as like portraits, like straight portrait work, the words one I did, I thought was great portrait work. The Coach the God one I thought was great portrait work. Like a straight, no frills portrait. But like the concept wise, the Pro one with the umbrella, that was one of the cleanest ones I've done.
Shoddy.
Shoddy. Shoddy was dope. That's a super dope cover. XP the Marksman is a dope cover just conceptually, because you had his eyes like glowing with flames and everything. Who else? Like Mav is a great portrait cover, I think, too. The one that was right around there, because it was just literally just an image of him kind of with that glow, but it wasn't really like super, stylized or anything.
The Joaquin.
Rufus Sims was another good one like that. Body bag Ben. I mean, we could go down a little, but the more Pure was another artistically poppin' cover. I mean, we can go down the list. I like that one. And that's the best part, man. That I know you forgot because the list is so long, man. It's really a testament. Like Carl said, man, it's something that only adds to the allure, and like Lukey said, to the lore of the Abyss podcast is the fact that, I mean, this is where people, if they're looking for a visual of these artists, if they're looking for, a imagery to associate with these artists, I mean, this is stuff that's popping right up, and it's in, every case probably some of their finest art imagery. You know what I mean? So, man, we're just, hey, man. This is why you're here, man. We're here to talk to you and give you roses for making it so special for this thing, man.
Word.
I appreciate it. I'm like a kind of OCD. I'm not kind of. I'm a definite OCD.
I'm with you.
Definite. So I had nervous tics as a kid and shit. But you could weaponize that. That you could turn that into not just dedication, but obsession.
Yes. OCD can be powerful.
Yes, that could be a powerful tool if you weaponize it properly. So it's like there's so many weeks, like I'll be like, oh man, nobody in the underground even gives a fuck about what I'm doing, all this and that. I'll do it anyway because I'm obsessed. Like that's just my mentality.
Yeah. How many?
That's how it goes.
How many of these underground artists get to say they work with DMC?
Yeah,
a legend.
Actually, that's this right here.
Yeah, I know.
I can't see it.
It's
boom. That's
look
dope.
at that.
I want to debut it yet, but it's it's coming soon.
Yeah,
we got big plans for it. Like I don't want to say too much, but it's done. It's handed in. We're talking about the back cover. And then the whole, I don't want to say, it's a lot to say. I don't want to say anything other than it's coming soon, So,
man.
Enough said.
It's funny, too, because, I'd like to do more album covers in this lane, in the Abyss. And, I don't always get hit up for album covers. But I've been working with DMC for, over 3 years. Because of my work in this lane.
Yep.
My work in this lane reached him through my man Dean Haspel. He was working with DMC on a comic book, and my man Dean is a cartoonist, and he put me in touch with DMC, and that led to working with him. So it's just like when you put the work in, you never know where it's going to put you. But if your consistency will pay off in some way, you just don't know. You can't always plan out exactly how.
Yeah.
So indeed.
Yeah.
I think the Powerwolf album is gonna come out soon. I'm not sure when it is, but it's finally gonna come out, and I think they're gonna use "Look, Mom, No Hands," which is so phenomenal to me.
Yes, the T-shirt that you got.
Yeah, "Look, Mom, No Hands."
With Dazzler.
Yeah, bent over. Yeah, that shit is like. If that doesn't explain me,
I can't wait.
Yeah,
I can't wait. I love that cover. I did that. That was
like fucking 5 years ago. 4 years ago.
That was 3 apartments ago.
God damn, man.
Dude, how did I not mention the No Emotion cover?
Because you had to go back. You had to go back and dig for that one.
So many great ones, man.
That's the one I put him in look like a village in Vietnam.
Yeah, that's on fire.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a hot cover.
And he does wear the thing over his the Japanese flag, like #1 killer headband and shit. So Dave Proch do his research too on these motherfuckers. Also like to say, it's just kind of like, remember we did 2 episodes in 1 week? So I had to diss that dude, Toshi.
Yep. It was Toshi.
I thought I said toast. I said Tushi, get the coochie or some shit like that. I said some shit about it.
Another one of your obsession. You get obsessed in destroying people.
Yes, but the NIMS cover, that shit was hard, yo. The motherfucking you got the shit in his eyes. Yeah, that was
SD Nat cover.
Yes,
I got the NIMS one. That was years ago now. That was like back when the first started.
2021, yeah.
Yep, the Eddie Kane one.
I took a little micro dose when I did that NEMS.
Took a micro dose?
Like a little bit of mushroom when I did that NEMS. But not to hallucinate. I wasn't trying to hallucinate. Just to, you know what I mean? It's like a medicinal purpose, because my fucking scale was broken. And in painting it, when I got to his eye, I started kind of like tripping a little bit. That's why his eye looked like.
Oh, that came out dope. The Rad Duke cover.
Like that.
That damn shit is.
I mean, you did a portrait of Will I Am. We got Mock Hami.
That Mock Hami shit is still probably like my favorite shit. Like that shit needs to be on a t-shirt. Like,
So here's a fun trivia fact. That's the only portrait that you've done that I've used on 2 different episodes. Because I reworked it for the Rich Ash Haitians episode that we did, and I incorporated Primo Lucia myself with the bandanas on.
Yeah,
we was definitely Zoes on that episode.
That was one of our first ones. That mock, huh?
That was, yo. That shit hard, yo.
Yeah, that was episode 3.
Funk P, Free Funk P, issue 73. That was a hot cover.
I love that Funk P one. That's one of my favorites. That's very colorful, psychedelic. I like that.
Yeah, very psychedelic.
Actually, and you had quite a few like really psychedelic ones early on. The UFO Feeve was a trip where you made them all Martian green.
Yeah, Jay Nice is dope. I like that. I like that one too, yo. I need to hit him up.
The Snotty was super colorful.
Yeah, the Snotty one was.
Shout out to Hudson Valley. I
love this. I love going back through all these.
Yeah, we can go back through all of them.
It's so amazing, man.
36 Cypher one.
36 Cypher was super dope.
Yeah.
I like that one.
I think that was.
Well, yeah, we haven't even. I mean, we kind of all started going down memory lane, man. We didn't like. What are your selects, man? Like you said, like 2 maybe unprompted, and then before we've gone off the deep end. But I tell you what, let's make it even easier for you. Who are some people that you'd like to do art for, that you'd love to do an album cover for? Like, what's on your kind of, I don't want to say a wish list, but almost a kind of like, oh yeah, it would be cool if list.
Let me see. I haven't worked with anybody in the umbrella on an album cover. I'd like to do that.
Yeah, you've done enough work for him.
Yeah, definitely.
Shout out Josiah. His cover's dope too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
forgot about that.
I'm saying you've done a bunch of them.
Yeah, he did just Josiah. Yeah, he did early Primo Jab. You know what I'm saying?
Let me see who else. I mean,
you did a Primo Jab cover too, right?
I mean, early Pro Dillinger, my bad.
Or Pro Dillinger, Pro, sorry.
No, not yet.
Pro Dillinger was one of the first ones I've done.
Yeah, for the joint. Yeah. That was early.
Conspiracy and I are supposed to do something, and I would love to do something.
Nice. Shout out G's,
Shout out to Astro Records.
Yep. Conspiracy. That conspiracy cover you did was dope. I think the way he puts out work too, he'll take advantage of you. You guys will do some good work together. You know what I mean? Absolutely. That'll be a good one.
I like to my man Jock King the Divine. I like
Jock King.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a dope one you did for him too, yo. Shout out to Jock King. You listening to this shit right now, my dude. You know what I'm saying? Word. Hit up Proch. You know what I'm saying? Approach.
Bub Styles. Bubs and I were talking before in the DMs about maybe using that one with the deli tray for a cover. I think that'd be a great cover.
I got a shirt of that. That's one of my favorite shirts.
The pound shirt you're wearing right there, like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's classic art, man. It's classic art. Indeed. The Wavy to God cover. Again, that's another one as I'm going down. Early on, issue 11. Wavy to God. That was like the first. No, NEMS was the first Dave Proch cover. No. The first Dave Proch cover was
Lukey on episode 1.
It was.
Yeah, it was
the
Lukey, episode 1.
The New York Knicks joint.
It was Lukey on episode 1, and then number 3.
Yep, with the Makami cover. Then it was Pro Dillinger, issue 4.
Yep.
Issue 5 was Farewell to Hitler. And then issue 7 was Nims. So okay, you were heavy in the first first 10, because then Will I Am was number 10.
Will I Am, and then Wavy the God.
Yeah, that's just hard.
Yeah, man.
Wow. And then you hit the Ace on Eastwood.
What was up?
Ace on Eastwood was 15.
Ace.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Damn, that's so long ago. Yeah.
Ace.
Now, I remember when we first started, you had a bunch going on at the time. And so you were kind of in and out on the early ones. Cause I'm looking at, there was actually a time where Lukey and I were kind of passing off some of the other ones. Like I remember Lukey did the Russ album review episode that we did where we trashed Russ.
Oh, you made this, Lukey? Russ standing in the garbage pile where he belongs.
Lukey actually was doing, so Lukey did the episode 2, The Big Ghost. He did the episode 7B, The Toshi. He did the episode 8, John Gruden, the 9, Wu-Tang versus Outkast. He did the issue 12 and 13.
Oh, I did the 75, top 75 shit.
Top 75. You did the 16 and 17. So that was, let's see if I can get this a little bigger.
Hip Hop Hoopers.
Yes.
Wow.
I did Tyler Kweli. I did DJ Fan.
Yep. You did the A-Sun versus Lukey.
Oh, Matty O.
You did the issue 21 Umbrella update featuring Pro Dillinger. Supposed to be Jay Royale, but he couldn't get on.
Oh, yeah. That shit was so wild, yo.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, a lot of those early ones, you had done it. And then I took over. I think one of the first ones that I did was issue 26. No, actually, it was... Nope. I'm wrong. It was actually DJ Finn, issue 24. DJ Finn was the first one I did. And then I did the Hip Hop Junkie China episode, the Orange Juice Jones.
I see. The old,
And then the first one where I started getting kind of creative with the Photoshop was the issue 26, 3 Feet High and Rising.
I'll tell you what,
where I recreated the De La Soul album cover.
Just looking at that little bit of responsibility off me.
Yep.
That was great. Where and Carl enjoyed doing it too. So it just worked out. It just worked out perfectly, man. Word.
I've definitely had some fun with them.
Definitely, man.
But my favorites are always getting to work with Pro. It's cool being a fan of somebody and then getting to work with them. You know what I mean? Like, it's happened in music where I'm a fan of somebody. Mike, my guitar player, I was a fan of him and his band, and then he came to join the band that I was currently in at the time. And anytime you get to work with somebody that you respect a ton and are a fan of is something special. And to go 200 episodes with as many covers as you've done, and to be the one to kind of put white gloves on and handle them with museum quality as I try to do what we need to do and never step on the masterpiece that you've created is such an honor for me.
Well, I want to say the honor's on mine, really, because it helps me too when I'm making it. And then trying to keep in mind, I need to leave room for the type. I need to leave room for these things.
We've had a couple tough ones.
I've sent you some stuff where I just was went off the deep end. And then I realized that I sent it to you I just fucked up his whole day. There's nowhere for any type. Why did I do that? I don't know why. Because I try to be mindful.
Because it looks dope.
When you work with bookends, you have to all right, these are the specifications of the piece. It has to be somewhere in here. It could help, it can, because it's all right, these are the absolute facts I have to keep in mind when I'm doing this. And that can help. I come from a comic book background. And, if you're drawing someone's script, you know what I mean? There's
layout is important.
Yeah.
So
you got to leave content bubbles for words and all that kind of stuff. So
things you would never think that are interesting, like someone opening up a door and walking in, but you have to draw that. You have to make it interesting. And coming from that background, my mind's already kind of in tune with that.
Yeah, that's dope, man. That's crazy to me. I mean,
hey, Dave,
sometimes you forget about shit like that. Just little shit.
I got a question as far as that. That brings up another good question for another list, because again, like I said, I wanted people to get to know you and know what makes Dave Proch into the ill entity that he is. Who, if you could name 5 artists and or inkers that really influence you or really excite you when you see their work, as far as in the comic book format.
Oh yeah, definitely. Right off the bat, Jack Kirby is my biggest artistic influence.
Really?
That's a great one.
Rest in peace, Jack Kirby.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
If anyone on here listening to this, if you pick up the Jack Kirby Fourth World Omnibus that DC put out, maybe it was 7-8 years ago, it's this thick. I mean, it's thick. It's two Detroit style pizzas topped on one up to another. It's like that.
Yeah, he was so prolific.
Master clay. He's a true genius. And I love Richard Corbin's another one.
Okay.
I love Richard Corbin. He did a lot of stuff for heavy metal. And he did
did he do the actual heavy metal cartoon?
I think he did work in the cartoon as well. But in the magazine, he was one of their main guys.
Okay, gotcha.
He also did for Marvel with Brian Azzarello. He did a series Banner. Brian Azzarello wrote it, and Richard Corbin was the artist. And then another one, Luke Cage series. And Brian Azzarello, who wrote 100 Bullets. And he wrote, Richard Corbin was the artist for that. Richard Corbin is, he passed away the same as Jack Kirby, but a massive influence on me.
Okay, so that's 2 right there.
Those 2. And I'm not putting them in any order, but Ron Wilson, who I had the pleasure of meeting a couple times, and I'm friends with his nephew that I met. I became friends with nephew after I got into his work, long after. And he was the artist on Marvel 2-in-1 in the 70s, the Thing series.
Yeah.
And they teamed Thing up with whoever.
Yeah.
And I think incredibly underrated. He doesn't get brought up nearly enough. I love Ron Wilson's work. If you Google Ron Wilson and then the Thing in a leisure suit, because this is the 70s, he has the Thing from Fantastic Four dressed as John Travolta. To me, that's just that appeals to me. He had the whole leisure suit on. He's going like this.
Yeah.
I love his work on Marvel 2-in-1. So that's 3 there. Damn. All right. I gotta say Frank Miller.
Yeah. Okay.
I say Frank Miller.
He was very
Frank
iconic.
Miller or new Frank Miller? All Frank Miller. Okay, cool.
All Frank Miller, because at the very beginning of Frank Miller's career, Frank Miller's like Bob Dylan. He's got several different versions of himself.
Frank Miller,
yeah.
Frank Miller, yeah. So Frank Miller has reinvented himself so many times, and people love it sometimes. They hate it other times. I love that.
Yes.
Because he's never boring. He's never boring. And right now he's doing Marvel variant covers. People don't like him. They're a lot of people online are saying they hate him. That makes me love him even more because I love him because he doesn't even need to be doing that.
Well,
but he's still going. So I say Frank Miller. Damn, as far as comic book artists, I'm going to be so mad at myself after this because there's people I'm going to forget.
It's all right. You can name. All right, I'll give you 7. So you got 3 more.
All right. I love Mobius.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, Mobius, Mobius master.
The portrait master himself.
Yeah.
The artist.
Oh, yeah. Mobius is without a doubt. And then, Bill Sienkiewicz, I'll put in there.
Yeah. Oh, I love him. Yeah. One of my favorites. For those of y'all who ain't aware, that's who did the cover for Bobby Digital.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah. I've got one pulled up on my screen right now. I'm hoping you'll say.
I know.
There's so many.
You can battle. You can go next.
I want to name. Damn.
Yeah.
I love Tony Salmons.
Okay.
Tony Salmons?
He's not that well known.
Yeah, who is that? I'm not familiar.
People are gonna be laughing at me because like he did like a 5-issue series called Dakota North for Marvel in the 80s. That no one looks like
about a detective, the little detective chick.
Yeah. Not popular, not remembered really.
Yeah.
But then he did backup stories in Marvel Age. Like he did a Hulk one, a Daredevil one. He did G.I. Joe issues. I think he did like the silent issue of G.I. Joe. He's
the one with Snake Eyes?
That's
the silent one?
Yeah. Yes.
Yo, okay. I know who this person is. I've seen his work. Okay.
A master of minimalism. I've seen him take like 7 lines and make a whole desert scene or something. I'm like, how did you do that? It looks just like a desert. To me, that's brilliant.
Okay.
And you know what? Let me give you an 8. Alex Toth, too.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, yeah. Okay.
Alex Ross, too. But yeah,
I thought you were going to say Alex Ross.
Yeah. Go on, and I got to stop, man.
You can go.
Ron
keep
Wilson
going,
is
man.
the most underrated. Ron Wilson I love Ron, and he's too underrated for me, so I'm going to say his name again. And Tony Salmons is, Ron Wilson created a vast body of work, so to me, he's too underrated to not be mentioned, because he was the whole thing, miniseries in the 70s, and then Marvel 2-in-1, that was him. Tony Salmons kind of disappeared, but what he did when he was working, and he still works to this day, but what he did
I'm looking at his list right now of the stuff that he's done, man. Tony Salmons was deep in it.
Yeah,
especially in the 80s. That you got one, Lukey. You got one.
Deep in it.
Shit. Well, how about you guys, though? If you had to,
Carl.
Okay, so I'm obviously Kirby, obviously Frank Miller, Tim Sale.
Yes.
Oh, Tim Sale's dope.
Thank you.
Tim Sale, the Long Halloween. I mean, unbelievable. Yellow Daredevil. Yeah. Loeb and Sale together were probably my favorite combo. Gibbons, Dave Gibbons.
Oh yeah, definitely Dave Gibbons.
Yeah.
Good pick.
Is definitely one. And then what's his name? Hang on. Actually, and it was 2 guys, but John Muth and Kent Williams did Havoc and Wolverine, which was actually all done in watercolor. Meltdown.
Yeah, Meltdown.
And it was like the first graphic novel series that like I had picked up. I had all 4. I lost them, and then my wife, who is so fucking cool, got all 4 of them for me for Christmas one year. And one of them is actually signed by Walter Simonson. So
nice.
But just
I'm gonna steal that from you.
The art in that one was exceptional. So I'd say that's my 5.
You guys, like, we all said Meltdown at the same time. You guys know your stuff. Like, you're not
fucking love Meltdown.
Weather fans.
Nah, man.
You know your stuff.
That's serious about this shit.
Comic heads.
But Dave, I don't know if you remember this. I got that song called Stanley and Them, and I said the wrong person's name in the joint, and you was like, only we would know. Only we would know. I forget who I said. Mike Millar or some shit like that. I said Mike Millar or somebody's name wrong. It was a Mike. I said wrong, and he was like, only we would know. I'm
it's
like,
Mark Millar, right? You told it.
Yeah, I said Matt, I think, instead of Mark or some shit like that. Yeah, so I fucked up. Yeah. Todd McFarlane.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Jim Lee.
Yes.
Todd McFarlane drew the best hair in all of comics history.
Yes.
People's hair was blowing in the wind in the indoors.
That's some wild shit. Low key, artist is cool, but I like the writing. But I remember who's the nigga who inked Preacher?
Oh, Steve Dillon.
Yeah,
Steve Dillon.
Dylan. Yo, Dylan and Gibbons combined for Preacher. That was amazing. Then I was so excited that Thunderbolts was written or was inked by, I think, Dylan. So I got it, and it was horrible.
Yeah, the writing on it, right?
Nah, man, it's inking. I mean, just the artwork on it. Thunderbolts came out. When I was getting the comicsology or whatever. Like new comic book day is it's Wednesday. So like I always get CDs on Tuesday, and Wednesday I get comic books, and like I was just waiting for that shit because I was doing it at the time when the New 53 came out. New 52 came out.
Oh yeah, the New 52 was a dope run.
That's J.G. Jones, the 52, right?
Yeah. And I was a big fan of Geoff Johns, even though he don't draw.
Jeff Johns.
I really fucked with him.
He did the Green Lantern. Night. He had a great that Green Lantern run that he had. The War of the Lanterns, Blackest Night, all of that. Yeah, that was a dope run.
I was so in after that shit. Whatever the Black Rings, William Hand and shit. I'm a real big Green Lantern fan.
Same.
And like, that shit. Yeah, I like the suit. You know what I'm saying? The suit was amazing to me. And what they was doing, I just Auburn saw and all that shit. The Red Lanterns, all that shit. And the Black Lanterns, though, when them motherfuckers like was dead, and William Hand resurrected his family and had dinner with them niggas, I was like, I like Geoff Johns is a really weird guy.
You know, one of the things that I love about comic books, though, is it gave such an avenue to so many different artists. Yeah. You know, you think about just Spider-Man alone and how many different people have penned
Spider-Man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Eric Larson was fantastic.
Eric Larson,
You know, Art Adams. Humberto Ramos. Alex Ross, of course, we mentioned.
Yeah. I mean, like Alex Ross a lot. He's cool.
But you know, comic books in general.
I haven't even said my favorite yet, but keep going.
Who?
No. Keep going, Carl.
Well, so
we don't get to me.
Comic books in general have given so many artists an opportunity, and to be able to have different artists conceptualize your favorite superhero, and each one be, you know, unique. You look at, you know, certain comic runs and you go, oh, well, you know, this one's really special to me. And, oh, it happened to be this artist. And, you know, it's just, it's such a dope concept to be able to do that.
There's a nigga that died. It did like Batman, Superman. Oh, so that's funny.
It's just the fact that you, anyway, yeah.
He died Timothy Sale.
No, Tim Sale.
Yeah.
Yeah, he died. Yeah, he did Batman, Superman. I'll tell you the truth. There's only like a few Batman, Superman shits that I really didn't fuck with Batman, Superman like that. Because I feel like one motherfucker was too powerful. One motherfucker should have died of COVID. You know what I'm saying? Like, word. Like,
what?
You just. Yeah.
Are you, wait. Are you going to besmirch Batman to me?
That motherfucker could have died.
Do you know, at 5 years old, my dad tried to tell me I couldn't watch the Adam West Batman show as punishment, and I kicked him in the knee.
God damn, man. The more I found out about you, Carl, man, the more it's like, bro, this is wild shit.
I wore a cape. I wore a dark blue satin cape everywhere I went from like age 4 to age 7.
I love that show, man.
Nice.
Hey,
you know who was supposed to be Two-Face on there? It was set to play Two-Face, and then they cut him out of the show? Clint Eastwood.
Oh, wow. You're kidding.
That'd be dope.
That's crazy, yeah.
That would have been crazy.
Oh, you know what? He, later on down the line, like, Batman would change his voice up to be like who?
Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, that's some wild shit, yo. Word. Yeah, yo. But yeah, Batman to me is like, yo, man, he could have he never had the flu. He never
he did. Yeah, he did. He used to get his ass kicked
all the time.
Look, you're talking about a man that was emotionally broken and decided to take it out on the streets of Gotham.
Mm-hmm.
And the dichotomy between the Joker and Batman being so similar and yet polar opposites was amazing comic book writing.
He was okay. He was dope until I found out somebody could shoot lasers out the eyes. Then I was like, you know what? I'm with the X-Men. I'm with them.
But who's the one character that can take out any member of the Justice League?
I don't care. He's on Marvel. It was over with after that.
The only person he didn't have a specific plan for was Wonder Woman, and his plan was Superman. Because Superman was the only person that could take out Wonder Woman. But everybody else, including Superman, he had a plan for.
But then
because he couldn't trust them.
But then I found out that Superman has a problem with magic. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes magic will fuck him up.
Yeah, Mixoplex would fuck that dude up.
Definitely. Mm-hmm. I don't remember. Do y'all remember when Doctor Strange banished Hulk to another dimension?
Yeah, that's when I first started reading the Hulk.
Yeah, I got it in here. I was like, yo, he banished him to a different dimension. He was looking skinny and shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit was ill. Magic can fuck up anybody, yo. Word. Yeah,
but again, magic is just science you don't understand yet.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, man, that bibbidi bobbidi boo is ill, son. The bibbidi bobbidi boo. Definitely.
Okay, so Primo Jab, I want your list.
Yeah, man, y'all left off some names that when I say them, you're gonna be like, I don't know how. Shout out John Romita Jr.
Yeah.
Shout out Mark Silvestri.
You said that. You said it.
No, you didn't.
No. I didn't say it. Carl did, I think.
Shout out.
No, I didn't. I said Ramos.
We didn't say any of those. Shout out George Perez. Shout out Wallace Portracio. I love his art was ill.
Oh yeah.
Shout out who else? Let me see. Mike Milgram. Shout out who else? Oh, I'm sorry, Al Milgram and Mike Mignola.
Hellboy,
Yep.
And of course, and shout out Mark Texeria. He was crazy.
Yeah. His Ghost Rider was crazy.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah, the Ghost Rider series was incredible.
Yeah, and then of course Jim Lee. You already shouted him out. Jim Lee to me was like one of them dudes. Him and Todd McFarlane were really like the goats for me for a minute. But Keith Giffen. I love Keith Giffen also.
Yeah.
And I'll say this about Todd McFarlane. So, a lot of people know him from Spawn, but really his Spider-Man work, I loved more. I mean,
Spider-Man run is
it was so kind of stylistic. It was amazing. I loved it.
Yeah. That's where Spider-Man got the iconic, just endless bundles of webs that used to be all over the place. That was based, that was between Eric Larson and Todd McFarlane. They were the two that were really just absurd with the webs all over the place. Oh, Mark Lim too. I like Mark Lim.
Oh,
I like Mark Lim a lot.
Can we backtrack real quick to Todd McFarlane? Y'all remember when the Spawn cartoon came on HBO?
Of course.
Yeah.
And the dude was hitting the doggy style.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I figured that's the point that's the point you locked into.
Everybody came to school talking about that. You know what I'm saying? Like we was like, "Yo, you see Spawn? You see Spawn?" My mom and baby turn it off, man. I can't watch it no more. Yeah, that was a monumental moment. It etched in the brain of my existence. I remember when I was reading Spawn at the store, and Spawn got shot in the chest, and there's a hole in his chest, and he got up. And he did his business. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, like this motherfucker. This is
like Mr. I got one that we left off the list, and I'm actually very amused we all left off the list because we probably should have. Rob Liefeld. Nobody shouted him out.
Nope. You know what though? He's fun, man. Like, he's one of those artists that I'm not mad at Rob Liefeld.
No, not at all.
Comics are supposed to be fun and silly.
Yeah.
And he's mastered this thing of making a comic book fun. People will pick up a Rob Liefeld comic just to hate on him.
No, he did some Deadpool.
So it's he's doing
Youngblood,
he invented Deadpool.
He co-created Deadpool.
I'm not even Google something, but it should be funny. He should be funny.
Yeah. Oh, and Greg Capullo. I like Greg Capullo too.
And he just left Marvel.
Speaking of Rob Liefeld, because Capullo's run after Liefeld on X-Force was ill. He got a good eye. I like, his art.
Liefeld just left Marvel February 6th of this year.
Yeah, he
said after 30 years he was done. Did he come back?
Yeah, he had come back in recent years to do stuff with them, and then I guess he just now left again.
I think he just released a Youngblood comic again for the first time in forever.
Wow.
Really? I could be mistaken. I believe he did. Yeah. I always respected Rob's people were harsh to him. And it never seemed to faze him. And I just respect that. Like they were real rough on him. And he's just like he's just always smiling.
They blamed him for for a lot of comic books downfall, let's say. You know what I mean? As far as the like just the gimmicky stuff of the 90s, you know, all the different cover incentives and all the, you know, the gimmicks that came with stuff for sales. Like it was based off of the hype of Rob Liefeld. And I mean, not only him, but pretty much a lot of the people that we said, the founding fathers of Image, we might as well say, you know, Liefeld, McFarlane, Jim Lee, you know, Eric Larson, all of those dudes, they were, you know, kind of looked at as like, you know, the hottest properties out there, right? The hottest guys out there. And they did a good thing and a bad thing. They took the power of the publisher and put it in artists' hands, which was good, which is almost kind of like what the Abyss is, right? You know, taking the power away and going straight to the distributor and saying, hey, we're the talent. We're going to feed you directly from our own thing so we get the good cut. And, you know, I mean, that's a good thing. But at the same time, again, when they were a part of the machine, they were definitely a part of the problem. I mean, you know, X-Men 1 by Jim Lee, you know, one of the top selling comics of all time. That was because it had 5 different covers. You know, X-Force #1, 5 different covers and incentives involved in it. And you know, Spawn like, #1, you know, that had 2 different covers, but still, Spider-Man 300. That's more of a better story. Like if you remember Spider-Man 300, that was like a crazy release, and that was all because of Todd McFarlane, because they were hyping up stuff that was going on. But yeah, man, it's very interesting.
That was the beginning of Venom right there, right? Spider-Man 300?
It was right there around the starts of Venom and everything. Yep.
I put that cover.
Yep. Mark Bagley, that's another dude. Shout out Mark Bagley while we talking about Venom, because he created Carnage.
Yes.
So,
and Cardiac was one of my favorites.
And Cardiac, yeah. Shout out Cardiac.
Mark Bagley is another one. He doesn't get the respect he deserves.
Yeah.
Because he's been so consistent for like decades that he's just like they don't pay attention to him, and they should, because his consistency. If you're going to name the most consistent artist, like Mark Bagley is undoubtedly up there.
He's up there, absolutely. He's solid. He's a solid dude, man. Yeah. There was a dude who did this crazy run for the Incredible Hulk. I don't know if y'all ever read the Hulk Super Heavy, but when the Hulk was running the Pantheon.
That wasn't Frank Miller.
No, it wasn't Frank Miller.
The guy who did Pitt later on?
Yeah, that's it.
Dale Keown?
Is that Dale Keown? There you go. Dale Keown. Yeah, I like his art too. He was another dude that had some really good visuals, man.
I want to say my favorite Hulk of all time, though, was a 7-page backup story and Marvel Fanfare by Tony Sammons.
Oh, okay.
He drew the Hulk in a way like he was like this lumbering mass, and once again, just simple lines, didn't overdo anything. I'm always fascinated with any artist who could just do it in the simplest way and make it perfect. To me, that's like I try.
That's kind of you, bro. Look at, I mean, you know, this is a more extravagant example, but that's kind of your style.
I try, because if you can make it simple and perfect and clear, there's no wasted lines. That to me is beautiful. And Tony Sammons, you know, Alex Toth, those guys to me.
You mentioned Dale Keown, who worked with Peter David a lot. I'm sitting here looking at the cover for the End Hulk.
Yep.
Ridiculous. Like ridiculous.
I'm looking at this shit and I'm not finding what I need to find. It was a Vertigo Image fucking crossover shit. It was the Django Zorro comic book. Y'all remember that shit?
No.
I think so.
It was short. It was fucking phenomenal.
It was Django and what?
Django and Zorro.
Zorro.
Yeah, motherfucking. It was Quentin Tarantino, I think, wrote it.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah, I can't find it, but I know I have. Like I have the singles. Yeah, I have the singles. I don't have the graphic novel.
Was it them back to back?
Yeah. I got a song called Django and Zorro because they had it on the comic book because it was amazing to me how Zorro had the sword and the whip, and Django took the gun and shot candles out. So Zorro let the candles back up and said, "I don't run out of bullets," and he hit the whip and he hit the wicks out of the candles.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? So it's pretty cool how you can get that, and you can actually have that total visual off of that right there. That's Quentin Tarantino. They're supposed to make a movie.
Yeah,
it's talking
it's
about
happening.
It is.
Yep. I'm looking at an article right now and some artwork
Django
for it.
and Zorro, the movie.
The fucking.
I would check that.
It's supposed to be Antonio Banderas and Jamie Foxx, right?
Shit.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
So the comic, which was Quentin Tarantino, Matt Wagner, and
Matt Wagner.
Poles.
Yeah, it was good.
Hang on a sec. Really Hang on a sec.
Carl's heavy in the Googles.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't John Cassaday covers, was it? Rest in peace, John Cassaday.
Poles.
Yeah, I don't remember, man. That was going off.
I vaguely remember this.
Hey, bro, no one was reading that shit, because it was piled up in there when I got it every week. Every week I got it, and then they had it for me when I got my comic books. So that would always be packed up there, and that no one was reading that shit. I don't know why, because it wasn't a hot. I think it was Vertigo and Image together. Oh, Dynamite! It was Dynamite and Dynamite and Vertigo combo.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. It wasn't even really on the main wall of new releases.
Let's see if we can get this to show here.
Yeah, I see it just barely. Well, yeah, we'll have to check it just barely. But yeah,
that's it. That's the first issue.
POP, hold it down.
Go.
I'm getting too much glare.
I think she out. The girl.
She better be out. It's been years.
I don't know, yo. Hope she probably went back in.
Probably. Yeah. She seems like she does dumb shit.
But yeah, that was a good time of comic books right there.
I can't get it to show.
Yeah. But I actually did a song called Django.
There you go.
I'm gonna give it to Lo. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Lo and see if he can get me on that movie. That'd be Two Mules with Sister Sarah. Two Mules with Sister Sarah. Remember that movie?
Two Mules with Sarah.
Yeah, he sampled that. The Dread Eye sampled this years ago. And then when Django came out, Two Mules with Sister Sarah was that track was used by RZA on that. So I think people be watching me, G. Just like how Doom stole a couple of my tracks. Doom and Bitch in the Room. I don't know, man.
Peace. It's Sheikh Hanif, Feed the Family. Shout out to Abyss Podcast. 200 episodes. Blessings, man. Congratulations. Run it up. 200 more, 2,000 more. We gonna run it up, man. Congratulations to all y'all brothers, man. I love what y'all do, man. Keep putting on for the culture. Keep being the voice of the underground, man. Love it, man. And, Lukey, I ain't forget about you, Neva. We gonna get right. Double or nothing. Double or nothing. That's what we gonna do, man. Peace, man. Love y'all.
Peace. It's math. Money and violence. The people respect both. Listen, I live a life where every day is a milestone, so just imagine what 200 episodes is. Just think about how tough it was just to hit the button to put one episode out. Now, 199 episodes later, we are at 200. Congratulations to the Abyss. Thank you for allowing us to be heard. Thank you for allowing us to be seen. Thank you for allowing us to be. Listen, let's get together and do it again when we reach 300. Peace.
Shout out to the Abyss for reaching your 200th episode, man. God bless.
Yo, what up, though? It's your man's Big Trip, Filthy Animal, Big Umbrella. Y'all know what it is. I just want to give a quick shout out to the Abyss Podcast, man. All my guys, man. My guy Lukey, Primo Jab, my man's Carl. For just really showing love to the underground in general. You know what I mean? And really tapping in and really showing my collective love. To take the time out of your day, and try to shine light on people that's just trying to make it in, a field where they love. And I think that's dope. You feel me? Not to mention they super fans, so it all ties in together, man. But yeah, shout out to the Abyss, man. Y'all tap in with them boys.
What up, it's Finn. Big shout out to the Abyss podcast. Congrats on the 200 episodes. I mean, you guys are a staple in the culture. Keep doing your thing. Nixon never.
But yo, let's get into some of these issues. Does anybody have their favorite issues of the podcast? I have a few.
Oh,
but
God,
then I have,
yeah.
then I have the then I have the most amazing one that I'll talk about at the end.
Dave Proch, kick it off, man. Let Dave Proch kick it off. It's your episode, Proch. You kick it off.
Let me just start with last week. I want to say this. Toast, you know what he did, Toastmaster Toast, that he put together the first book of a collection of artists from this lane in book form together, and I love that episode because that, like, all moments in time, artistic movements, you know, they last and they continue to grow by people collecting the work.
Yes.
And putting it together like that. He's the first person to do that. And I thought that last episode that, you know, we did was incredibly important to shine on that project and all, you know, because it's just that book is filled with artists. All the artists are from this lane.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And the concept of it was amazing. But then to go in and then include other artists to rework stuff like you and PQ and stuff like that, to do, you know, special variants. And I mean, that book is remarkable. And yeah, it was an excellent episode.
That I'll put that one on there, you know, and then let me see. My man Words episode from back when.
The first Words episode?
I did with the blue. It's blue around them.
Mm-hmm.
Not the one from like a couple years ago. I like that one. Man.
Yep.
And you know what? No, not that one. I'll go with Mesquine.
Ooh,
what up?
Okay.
Yeah, one.
That was a good episode. So, I will tell you, one of the special ones for me was the Mav episode, the second time we had Mav on.
144.
Yeah. And, you know, there are a lot of things that I think we do well on this podcast. I'm ridiculously amazed we only have 500 some odd followers on YouTube, but, you know, I'll save that for another day. But one of the things I think that we do best is we allow the conversation to flow, and whatever's going to happen on an episode is going to happen. We don't, you know, we're obviously prepared. We do homework. We, you know, we have people on that we want on this podcast, and only the people that we want on, and we do research, but that isn't always the way the conversation's going to flow. And that episode particularly, we had no idea that Mav was in the headspace that he was.
Yeah.
And by the three of us being, I guess, the type of host that we are, we allowed Mav to have a platform where he could truly speak his heart and really kind of allow him to just take that conversation wherever he wanted to. Mm-hmm. And for me, that was a really, really special episode. Any of the ones... Oh, what's that?
I want to go with that one too. Actually, after that episode, I contacted Mav in the DM because I was going through things in my life at that time.
Wow.
Family members and all that. When I first moved down here, and I was definitely in a state of shock. And Mav and I were speaking in the DMs, and he was, because he had just gone through a whole lot in his life too, and he was telling me about the benefits of kind of going out into nature.
Yeah, walking here.
15 minutes to meditate.
Yep.
And I remember in that episode, he was talking about, like, he was at a waterfall.
Yep.
Like, yeah, all right, you know what?
Yep.
That was like one of our most mature episodes.
Yes.
That was, all right. I don't mean to cut you off, but
no. I think
that's why we're talking. Yeah.
That'll always be one of my favorites. Not just because Mav is one of my favorite people in this underground. I mean, I love talking to that guy, whether it's just a short conversation or an in-depth conversation. he always gives you these amazing gems. But yeah, so that one is a real special one. I'm gonna say any episode that Mickey Diamond is on is ridiculously fun. They're horrible to edit. Not only because he flips back and forth between portrait and landscape like a motherfucker, and that's all graphics for me. I can't have it without proper graphics. So, but he's so engaging and hilarious, and he's just one of my favorite guests. The episode where we got to film in person with Vega 7 and Lord Owen,
124.
Yeah,
That's always special.
Was an amazing episode for me. Again, Vega and Lord Owen both are exceptional people, and one of the things that I'll just say about all our episodes is we seem to gain these really great connections. I think you can count maybe 3 guests in the total that we've had that haven't told us specifically that this was the best interview that they've had, or stayed in the chat with us long after. But those 2 guys are really amazing people, and to have them in my house, and we all got to record here the first time when Lukey and Primo got to hang out in my studio, and that was an exceptionally fun night. I'm gonna say the first episode as well is a special one for me. I've talked about it several times, and I didn't ever think I would be the host on an underground hip hop podcast. And hip hop was something that, was kind of a part of my life growing up. But, it was the episode where I got to meet Primo Jab and Mondo Slade. And it really, from the jump, we had a chemistry. To the point where I got off the podcast and immediately sent Lukey a text saying, we got to have Primo on as a full time. And Mondo was great too, but I just understand Mondo, he had a lot going on. I was like, is there any way we can get Primo Jab, on here regularly? And apparently Big Ghost had sent the exact same message to Lukey going, you need to have that dude come back on the podcast. He needs to be a host. So, that as well is a really, really special one. And, I've enjoyed every episode we've done. We love doing this. The editing and the promoting and the artwork, and none of it's ever been a chore, because, as I edit it, I get to rewatch these episodes. So I watch them 3-4 times before it ever gets dropped up onto YouTube. So I'm super grateful. But yeah, I think those are the standouts to me.
That's fun. It's funny. I've enjoyed all of them too, yo. Even the ones that we think is funny. Y'all.
Pro would have been my fifth.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Pro
Any
episodes.
Pro Dillinger episode.
But Proch, there's one interview that we always come back to, and we like thinking to ourselves, like, oh my God, what the fuck was wrong with this guy? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna say his name on this shit. Y'all listen. If y'all watch,
know who you talking about.
If y'all watch it, you'll be like, what the fuck?
Not all of our episodes have been smooth, easygoing conversations.
But that was one of the most.
That's a diplomatic way to say it.
Yeah,
That's the way you're talking about. That's entertaining.
Yo, it was.
Yeah,
and because we're still talking about it.
I can actually think of a couple that were
nothing worse than that one.
Not the greatest, but
not worse than that right there, G. Nah, that shit was fun. That is funny.
It's wild.
That was funny.
It's wild. I already know who you're talking about without even That's the funny part about it.
That shit is funny. It's fun. Yeah. Anyway, Primo Jab, do you have any stand-up episodes? If I go ahead and tell you about my stand-up episodes.
Absolutely. I got several of them that I think are just super dope. The NIMS episode. Obviously,
that's funny.
That one was super funny. Crazy. Yeah, it was just funny.
That started out crazy, and I wasn't quick enough with the record button.
Yeah.
But that started out because he was in his car, and as soon as we brought him into the live, he was in the middle of yelling at some lady for cutting him off.
Yeah, cutting him off in traffic.
And I tried to hit that record button so fast, and I just missed it. But Nems is hilarious. Yep, good one.
Shout out Nems. Shout out the episodes when Bless comes on. Those are funny too.
Yes, Bless is amazing. I love God Bless.
Lucy always has to talk shit about Bless.
Yeah, definitely. I like the Blessed ones. What he say? He's like, if you don't know your gender, check your drawers.
Yep.
You guys are jogging my memory because I remember all this shit now.
There's more. There's crazy.
So many great episodes.
Man. So many great. Hold on. Both times when A-Sun came on, obviously, because that's more like the way Lukey and A-Sun go back and forth.
Yeah, A-Sun's just funny. Family.
He's a Knicks fan. He's a Knicks fan.
Same
so
thing
let it go.
With UFO Feeve. When Feeve came on, that was just
He knows his rhymes. That's
building with fam.
That's bugged out to me when Feeve reciting his rhymes line for line. Oh yeah.
Let me see who else, man. Sauce Heist. The Sauce Heist episode was good.
Yeah.
Snotty episode. Now, that Snotty episode we had, I feel like that one was like one of the ones that you're talking about, Carl. That's just a sleeper that we didn't even know it was going to be as ill as it ended up being.
100%.
Yeah, again, and that's the same with the Sheikh Hanif episode. Is another episode just like that. I feel like the Spanish Red episode was just like that. Talking to Future Wave was just like that. It's like sometimes you just start talking to dudes, and it just before you know it, so much time has passed, and you're like, damn man, we didn't even know it. It was just like it's so easy. It's just a great conversation. The episode with Ida absolutely was just funny and hilarious.
Yeah, she is a character.
Yeah, Chung
was another one.
Vanderslice was funny.
Vanderslice.
Yeah,
that's a classic episode. Yeah,
another great portrait too. You had him lost in a mist.
He was in
mist of color.
Hey man, Vanderslice is a legend, man. He needs to publish a book of all those Twitter takes that he has. Shout out Old Man 80s. That was a good episode. Again, another one that just came out of nowhere. Same thing. Shout out Jay Petta, obviously. That was a dope episode.
That was a dope episode.
Shout out Jay Nice. Jay Nice was a great one. Shit, man. Like, it's so many. Oh, Ty Ferris. Ty Ferris was another good
shout
episode.
Out Ty,
man. Shake the hangover
Ty's
off, man.
amazing.
Kick it.
I like the blue one. He was talking about comic books crazy. We could have had him in this.
Blue Azul. Yep. Shout out Blue Azul.
You know his shit.
That was a fun cover that I got to do as
well.
Shout out
Action figure. Which one, with Ty Ferris?
No, with Blue Azul.
Okay. That was very bugged out. The cover that you did for Blue Azul.
Yeah, I did a very comic book style.
Dyer and Raul Duke episodes, and the Hobgoblin episode, and the Flu Dust episodes. I like those episodes, and Superior. I like those because they were foreign, and we had to, adjust our time to kind of catch them. And they adjusted for us. Like, they stayed up late night.
Yeah, super late
night. Yeah. To knock out those. I mean, you flew in Australia was knocking that shit out.
And he got kids.
Superior was in Germany knocking that shit out. Raul Duke, Hobgoblin. You know what I mean? Craig Dyer. They were all up at 3 a.m. knocking these episodes out. So, yeah, I loved all those, man. I liked Rap Seminar, talking to him. I liked talking to Kushma.
Rap Seminar.
You know what I mean? Talking again, like you said, Dave, like I really, that's when I think started getting an even deeper appreciation and really wanted, not even getting a deeper appreciation, but getting a better understanding of our role in making sure that people have a better appreciation of what this era is and how multifaceted and legitimate it is. Because there's so many people. We have artists, like visual artists. We have authors and journalists talking about this. There are, the music itself. It's the clothing. There's so many different layers to it.
Yep, 100 Miles on.
100 Miles. Shout out 100 Miles. You know what I mean?
That's another one of my favorite portraits, the 100 Miles one too.
Yeah, that was a great one.
I think straight portrait work. That's one of my best straight portrait work ones.
We're not mentioning the will.i.am episode.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Was crazy because, again, he came on and was just so nice and so amazing and told us the most ridiculously crazy stories.
Yeah, he did.
I wonder how that Tesla stock doing.
Oh man, it's decent probably. Oh man, shout out to Bless Picasso episode.
Yeah,
that was fun. Fucking R2D2 talking shit in the background.
Yeah, getting to go around his game room. All right, so Lukey, what are yours?
Your turn, Lukey.
I like Dan Nicholson and Shadi.
That was an excellent.
Definitely Vanderslice. One of my top ones is XP.
Yes.
And now XP is like the homie, the homie, yo.
Yeah.
Always talk.
Yeah, that's
XP.
a frequent chat for us. We send some crazy videos back and forth.
Absolutely. Yeah, that chat
Trip,
stays
anytime Trip come on.
Same thing. Yep, Big Trip. Big Trip.
But Spoda, and also big out to the Spoda cover, we have a new phrase because of that fucking episode.
Absolutely.
Fuck Mike Green.
Fuck Mike Green. Right. Infinity times 7.
Yeah. Shout out to the Crate Lord God too. Crate Lord God. It's Jamal Dussault. He's putting them people on the crates falling off. That was a weird time in American history where they had people walking on crates, falling down for money.
Yep.
The crate challenge.
Yeah.
If the aliens came back today, they're definitely gonna blow up the planet if they saw us walking on them crates.
Yeah.
True indeed.
Can I? Go. Sorry.
The Sep episode. I think that's one of my favorite portraits as well. Sep. Because a lot of people don't know what Sep like.
Put that on mine too. You guys.
See,
people don't know.
He just brought me up 3 ones.
People don't know how physically imposing Sep looks in real life.
Yes,
his
big
shoulders
dude.
look like his shoulders. When I did the portrait, I couldn't make his shoulders look how they really look in person. I met Seth in Brooklyn, and he's got like he look, he might be Samoan or something. Like he looked like
he's a
like
big
one of the
dude.
booyah tribe.
Yeah,
his shoulders are huge. So when I did the portrait, I told Seth, I was like, "Yo, I'm not putting your real shoulders in here because it's not going to look realistic. Because his real shoulders are like, you know what I mean?"
It's a big dude.
That was a great episode. There. Shout out Seth too.
True indeed. We missed you, Seth. Another thing is J Petta 58. Another one is definitely the Mav. Another one that is not really like a classic episode, but it made me think a lot was the Sunez episode.
Yeah,
because everything that transpired after the Sunez episode kind of fucked me up. It's like, the fuck? For real? Yeah. Which brings me to probably in our 200 episode history, the episode that stands out the most to me is what episode? Who?
99.
99. Probably.
No. That's number 2. I thought y'all gonna say the 99, but what other one stood out the most?
Well, I mean, 38 was the first time he was on.
No,
you're not talking about that.
I'm not talking about this.
I don't know, Lukey.
Oh, okay. Then what?
Episode 157 with Maze Overlay.
Okay, so I will say this. For me, that was a great episode.
Yeah.
The problem was the clip that I cut.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to, I think I do a really great job of cutting all the clips. And I will tell you, my intention is never to stir shit in cutting clips. I always want to try to represent the artist the best way I can. And I always want to try to find moments that are either important to the origin story of the artist, or promoting something that they have coming up. Like in order, these are what I'm generally looking for. Them giving props to other people, or something humorous that I find that people are going to find funny and engaging, which 9 times out of 10 is Lukey doing a trauma dump or Primo Jab, on a rant of some sort. So, typically that's generally what I'm looking for when I'm cutting clips. With that particular clip, I felt like it represented Maze and who he was, because Maze is a very braggadocious person that will flip and be very modest at the same time. And in that clip, he kind of gave us both sides of that. And you know, in that he was talking about how he didn't feel like he had competition because he wasn't competing with anybody, and it started a shitstorm.
Yeah.
And I mean, that wasn't my intention. I wasn't looking to create.
No, it wasn't your intention, but it did what it's supposed to do. It did what it's supposed to do.
I mean, it got a lot of views.
Yes,
I'll say that.
It did what it was supposed to do. And honestly, I think that was a chance, that an opportunity that was missed by Maze. You know what I'm saying? Because Danielson did what he was supposed to do, or one of those guys did what they were supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And then these guys are above Maze Overlay. Maze Overlay go back and forth with this dude. You can steal some of their fans, or they can be your fans and his fans. You know what I'm saying? But there was no response. But I still go back to say that little clip did its job. It did its job. They say, yeah. And then all the messages that I got that was bad and good, then this right here, this person works with this person right here, and this person did this to this person. I was like, yo, this is why I don't be on the internet. But this is like, it was, yeah. And shout out to Proch for the Sun. He had the Suns jersey on one of them. That's another one of my favorite covers for Maze Overlay on that joint right there.
The mountain and where he's from.
Yeah. Yes. Is that 67 or 157?
I will say it was, you know, as we're kind of given flowers, one of the most amazing things is how ridiculously amazing Primo Jab has been at scheduling and keeping us booked up with the most amazing artists. 70% of the artists that have been booked were people that Primo Jab put me on to. And one of the reasons that we do this podcast, is because we want to share all of the dope shit that's out there and have people, you know, grow as fan bases and all of that stuff. And there are these moments, and so many of them, that are coincidental, but seem like, you know, behind the scenes, he's Megamind. He's got the leader brain, you know, because, you know, after that episode, there were two other episodes, 160 and 162, that, you know, afterwards shed some light on some stuff. And, you know, it's kind of just weird how some of that stuff lines up where we're booked 6 months in advance. And yet, you know, these things kind of fall in line sometimes. So, you know, I can't say enough about how incredible Primo Jab is at booking and organizing this podcast to keep such an amazing flow and working with changes last minute, and, you know, just outstanding job.
He hit me up first thing this morning. I'm a night owl too, so I stay up all night. First thing I see on my phone is Primo Jab. You ready for today? And I was ready. He's on point. You know?
Yep.
Try to keep us on point, man.
Hey, yo, but
Absolutely.
I ain't finished with Maze Overlay. Shout out, go get that new Maze Overlay, the Vintage Lord. You know what I'm saying? Vintage Lord, yeah, it's out, yo. Because honestly, I think no one, there was no casualties in that little scrum that happened. I don't think it hurt nobody's bottom line. Even though a lot, so boom, it was.
I love Danielson. I love Pro. I love all them, but I love Maze Overlay. He's always been super great to me. I've shared beers with that man.
Yeah.
I got 2 records on the wall and several CDs and tapes in front of me. I'm a big fan of his music. So
I'm
good.
glad it wasn't no boycott or nothing, nobody or nothing like that.
No one's trying to take any bread off anybody's plates.
But they are. Get out of here. They really are. But it didn't happen.
No,
it didn't happen. The fans stayed, and they rightfully so. Like you can't really cancel nobody unless they're Puff Daddy nowadays. Can't stop, won't stop. R. Kelly is still engaged to a woman for 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she's stupid, but like But to me. Yeah, the Maze Overlay and the other guys that those are standing out joints right there. But Maze Overlay shit, when all the spitters came out and talked about that shit, it made me happy because, like I said, I don't view it like other people. I view it as a gladiator sport. I view it like wrestling. Shout out to Steve over there. It's the Royal Rumble.
Steve Alltime.
You get tossed out the ring, G. Like, boom, I don't give a fuck. I might not say no bars harder than you. I might have a better flow than you, but I'm going to say something funny. I'm trying to knock you the fuck out, yo. Yeah, word. Even if I say Matt Millar instead of Mark Millar. You know what I'm saying? Word.
We know who you meant. It's cool.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, speaking of funny, man.
Fuck Mike Green?
Yeah, oh, wait. Hey, man, fuck Mike Green 18 times plus infinity. No, man,
like
I was going to say, you got it. Whoa. See, every time, you always go a different way. You got to, we got to shout out Ralphie Reese and Mac Nice, because those two episodes, I mean, shout out What a Mess too. Like those I like those episodes where we just have a lot of like fun at the same time, kind of interspersed with, you know, obviously jewels being dropped, but especially like that Ralphie Reese episode was, I mean, my side was hurting from laughing a lot on that episode. Same thing with Mac Nice. Mac Nice was just talking big shit and going back and forth. That was real casual and cool.
Yeah, he kept on calling Mickey Blue.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like, who's Blue?
That was his name, was Blue.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And What a Mess that he hit licks with his kids. That was
What a Mess. Hey, man, What a Mess. Hey, shout out What a Mess. Yeah. Book of Mess 5 out right now.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but yeah, man.
Shout out to him for overcoming that.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Hey, man, shout out. And that's the other thing. I mean, just people feeling comfortable to like really chill and drop deeper jewels and gems to people based off of their experiences, man. Like this is something special, man. Like think about it, like Rico Sama. That's another one like that. Supreme Cerebral. You know, these are dudes, you know,
like hockey.
That were in it, and they, you know, they definitely felt comfortable talking with us, man. Like you said, Dan Nicholson, man, he's another serious dude, but yo, I mean, talking to him again was just, hey, that's the guy, you know what I mean? That's fam, you know, just because he felt it, man. He was, I don't know, man. I love what we do, man. I think we doing a great thing. And really, you know, man, we just trying to, at our core, I think, you know, what we do is just try to share the wealth that we're being blessed with right now, man. You know what I mean? The Abyss is it's a glorious thing that's going on. It's a glorious time. And this, you know, I think in so many past experiences for a lot of us, you know, coming up, you always heard the stories of somebody getting on or somebody being on around you or in their vicinity that never reached out to other people, never tried to put nobody on or nothing like that. Everybody has somebody they knew like that. But I mean, none of us are them, you know, and that's the best part. Like this movement that we got going on is based off of mutual assistance and cooperation. I'm not saying everybody's best friends. I'm not saying everybody's helping everybody, but everybody's helping somebody. That's you know, whatever your circle is, y'all are absolutely lifting each other up and pulling each other up and networking, putting each other on. Like that's why I love those Pro episodes, because another one, Pro is a dude come on, talk buku shit, but it always goes back to his principles and talking about wanting better for everyone around him or anybody that's down with him or being cool. He wants to bring them up with him, you know what I mean? And he knows that he can trust them to be responsible enough to run with it when he gives them the opportunity. So yeah, I say all that to say, hey man, we support us, bro. We support us. That's what we doing.
Yep.
For 4 years. This right
almost.
Here. It's the eighth month will be 8/27 will be 4 years.
August. That's right.
Yeah. So boom. DY.
August?
Yeah, 4 years. We started in 2021.
Yep.
Matter of fact, when my baby born, when this happened? Yeah, 20. Yep. No. Yeah, she was. She was born in the 4th month.
Yeah. She would be on the show.
Yeah. See, Carl cut the clip. Gang. That's actually.
I was just about to say, JC gang banging. That's a hot episode. That's a hot cold opener.
I seen the gang is a person. That's her mom's friend from Pittsburgh, the childhood friend. And it's to find out, gang is really, really chubby. Like he's fat. And so like she met gang in real life. He came out. I met gang too. And she always says, Gang Gang got a big belly. I'm like, yo, chill. Like, leave Gang Gang alone, yo.
So,
Gang Gang got a big old belly.
So for anybody that doesn't know, the intro music, it starts out with JC and the yo, that's JC.
Yeah, JC.
So I will also say, you know, I love the solo episodes that we do. And, you know, it's amazing that we get to talk to as many people that we do. You know, I love, but, you know, for me, those conversations where it's just the three of us kicking and hanging out and just talking hip hop and whatever else are always fun hangs for me. Yeah, and then again, I get to do the art for those. I'm looking at some of them, like the 40-yard shenanigans with
Cat Williams. Dave, do you think really that man can run a 40-yard dash or 4.5 or 4.3? He said 4.3.
I think people who are crazy, like legit crazy, can do things that most normal people cannot do. So I say I don't think he can, but I think he believes he can. So that'll get him closer to that goal, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
That'll be my answer. Like I've crazy people I've met, like real crazy people I've met in my life. They could do. I've seen him do things other people cannot do. He might not be able to be that fast, but he's going to be a little bit quicker than we think because he has that talent.
Wow, that's science right there.
Name some more, Carl. Name some more.
The Hip Hop Is Not Dead episode that we did was a fun one, and again, the art for that is hilarious. I don't know. I'm just looking at some of the janky Photoshop work that I do.
Erica did one.
If we're talking about just solo ones, I gotta say, any of the year-end episodes, I love all
those. Those are great.
Any of the awards, those ones are just like, I'm really, you know, again, I'm looking forward to this year. It's going to be insane, the 4th annual.
You guarantee the argument after those episodes. I'm usually real even keel and laid back. I hit Carl up like, what the fuck is this?
Yes.
I know I'm the only one.
This last one, my DMs have yet to recover from that. Hey, I'm coming for it. I'm coming for the title.
Yeah. You know what I mean? There's one episode PQ hit me up, said he was yelling at the fucking radio, like he was like yelling at us, like he was like we could talk
like
back.
He was part of the conversation. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's one we was talking about politics, and my homie Isaiah, shout out Isaiah, yo, and shout out to the kids Benny and Aaliyah, yo, he was mad. He's like, man, I don't listen to this podcast for this shit. What are we doing? He had a blunt in his hand. Look, I was like, yo, talk about the music. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I am.
I wonder how we talked about comic books on this one for probably a good 45 minutes. Yeah. But I don't care. It was we are all knowledgeable. So it wasn't like we were just saying, yeah, man, the colors were really cool on this. So yeah, I like him. He flies through the air.
Isaiah's gonna be like
meltdown. I was like, oh, we could have a conversation.
Yeah, we went deep off of that one. That was the dog whistle right there. That was letting everyone know it's a safe place, and we all just started talking.
Hey, yo,
we can really talk now.
Yeah, and people are gonna be like, who the fuck are they talking about, yo? Well,
hey, man. Go look it up. It's all there for you. Do the Googles, bro. It's there for you.
Yo, niggas don't read, man. All they do is eat lemon pepper and hot and drink Hennessy. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, Lukey.
What?
Wow,
the Lukey Charms episode was hilarious.
That's a good
episode. The one we did with the artwork that I did for the Pete Rock.
Robot.
The robot.
They're in the booth, and it's cannabis. Oh man, I love that so much.
That shit is bugged out. I can't believe he said that it was a robot. Now he could have said AI now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Fun fact: here we are in the future, and it could. I mean, it could have been. Yeah, he might have been telling the truth. Who knows? Which is crazy. It's bugged out. Y'all saw the Timberland is really trying to like live off of making a fake AI artist. You know what I mean?
I've seen that shit.
That's despicable, man.
So that actually was something I kind of wanted to bring up because Alchemist is taking a bunch of heat for using an AI artist. Well, and
I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally,
take away from the music.
Yeah,
the video was bad.
But here's my problem with it, and you know, I will tell you, don't ever ask Erica about AI because she will go off.
As she should.
it's cheap half-assing, and it's taking away jobs from talented artists. People. One of the things I mentioned earlier about comic books and how it gives so many different artists an opportunity to give their version of something. And you've got artists that are hungry to do album covers and all this. And, you know, you're out here using why are you using AI? Alchemist, you can get anybody to do that. And then for him to so vehemently defend it, like, you know, making fun of people for it and shit, it just instantly put a sour taste in my mouth. Pause.
Hey, what were you gonna say, Proch?
I mean, well, you know, just like my opinion on it,
because I saw you chomping at the bit. Yeah, that's why I was like, no, man, what do you got to say, artist?
People have terrible taste. Most people.
Yes.
And if the future is looking like it's going to be more terrible taste, you can guarantee that most people are going to go with it, because most people, they don't have that spark in them. Mm-mm. I don't want to fight the future. I want to adapt to it. So when I do have to go against it, it can't get the best of me. So with that being said, with AI, our AI is supposed to make like perfect art, right? We could beat them then, because humans don't make perfect art. So lean into your flaws as an artist, human. Lean into your flaws. Do the things AI cannot do. AI is supposed to be perfect. Like for me, like End of the 36 Chambers, Wu-Tang, the first song, Bring the Ruckus, RZA was sampling a CD on Bring the Ruckus, and the CD skips on the song. He left it in.
Wow.
He left it in.
Is that why it sounds like that? Wow. I just thought that was the effect.
I read this in one of the books about Wu-Tang. I can't remember, but it was so it's a mistake, or a Meth First Chef on Method Man's first album.
Oh shit.
He fucked up his verse.
Yeah.
And RZA left it. Lean into the mistakes.
Yep.
The human element to art is going to be more and more precious the more we compare ourselves to this bullshit over here. I don't look at AI as competition. I look at it as we're over here cooking homemade meals with food, and they're serving you plastic rice and shit.
Okay.
I'm lean into my recipes. I'm going to do.
This actually ties back in with Frank Miller, and you know, one thing that a lot of artists do is they'll start working on, you know, trying to draw the perfect hands, or, you know, getting super hyper focused detail on things. And then once you kind of get a handle on that, you flip and you go kind of another way, and you start to really break down, you know, Erica's drawing style. She loves rough pen work and multiple lines, and, you know, she's not looking for clean single lines at all. And can she do that? Of course, all day long. But for her, it's more just the style and being aggressive and just having fun with getting in there with ink, right? So, you know, Frank Miller and what he's doing currently with these alternate covers that people seem so upset about is really, if you look at it, it's Frank Miller just breaking down and getting really just kind of raw with a lot of his stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think it's the direction artists need to go in, while AI is still trying to figure out how to do hands properly and not give you a 6-digit. You know, just, you know, start exploring the raw aspects of your work, and you know, work on what Dave is such a master at, is giving you the essence and the feel in a picture without having to go hyper realistic, without, it's all stylized and impressionistic. And I love that.
You know what I like? I don't know if I ever said this publicly. You know what I like to do? I'm at the point, you know, I can do a portrait, and I know the things to put into the portrait to make it a nice portrait. Mm-hmm. I like to purposely make mistakes. Mm-hmm. Make them on purpose. Do something that you know you don't know how to handle the situation you just created, and then work your way out of that.
Yep.
AI can't compete with that. AI cannot compete with that. Nope. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, my favorite garment to wear is like windbreakers and shit like that. I just love windbreakers.
Okay.
Nike wind runners. You don't want to go out in the rain and get wet. That sucks. But someone made this fucking thing, so I look good in the rain. So like, that's how I try to like do it like that.
That's dope.
You know what I mean? Like, just try to like just because we can't compete. If AI is supposed to be perfect, then I don't want that to even look at as competition because it missed the point already. Because artists makes mistakes. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like you look at Starry Night Van Gogh, that's not a perfect painting.
No.
It's
riddled with human error, but it's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Yeah. So like, what I like, you know.
AI reminds me of the Mandalorian whenever he was gonna get a transport, and then he came around, and then as a droid was on a transport, he said no droids because he wanted a human. He don't like the Mandalorian. Don't like droids. I don't like artificial intelligence. I hate it. I don't like this Timbaland shit. The Alchemist video would seem really, really lazy.
Yeah,
undirected. It was. Even though it could have been dope, I think if they would have chopped it better, it would have been better. But it still was like a real lazy ass video.
It's a cop out.
I think AI, I think AI is lazy. If you think about it, kids are passing their tests and stuff off Chat GP or whatever we call it. I don't use shit. I don't use that shit. I think I used it to make a picture one time, and always it looks stupid.
You know what it kind of feels like to me is like somebody taking a Casio keyboard and using the pre-programmed music on there and then singing to it.
Yeah.
And saying, well, that's music.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
Carl.
Okay, yeah, it's a bossa nova beat, sure. But it's, you can have 80 million different versions of a bossa nova beat, and you've just got the Casio single. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. It's their version of perfect. Perfect. Who the fuck wants perfect?
Yes.
Oh my God!
All the notes are hitting exactly where they're supposed to hit. It's perfect.
Duke Ellington.
Wow.
That's to precise off timing in the piano keys. That's what made
Dave
him famous.
Brubeck and his time signature changes.
David Gruffin's voice. His voice when he sings got so much pain in it. It's not.
What about
or Tom Waits?
Ghostface Killer.
Yeah.
We can say most deaf.
Make it human.
Yep.
I'm leaning
there's a
into
show
that. I'm just leaning into that. I don't want to.
SD Max style.
Even if it wants to be my enemy, I won't allow it to be my enemy because it can't compete with me. Because I'm fucked up. I'm fucked up as a person. That me being fucked up is going. You know what I mean? Like we're doing our thing right now. This won't be perfect, but it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? I don't.
They got a sneak peek.
That's
they got a sneak peek.
If they made it this far, they earned it. If they made it to this point, you earned it. Congrats.
That's true.
Hey, before we get out of here, why did I say there's a show on Nickelodeon a long time ago where this man, he's a parking attendant or whatever. He would always eat a full chicken, and put the bones back together, like the skeleton.
Okay, that's some OCD shit right there.
Y'all remember that shit?
I don't remember.
No.
The butterfly effect might have got me.
You mean the Mandela effect?
Yeah. Butterfly effect. Mandela effect. Butterfly effect is a movie, but but the people came over to watch him eat the barbecue chicken, and he eat it, and he put the bones back down in a perfect skeleton manner. And so he finally did it, and they cut the timer off, and he said, "You lost." They said, "Why?" It said, "You eating barbecue chicken. If you don't got barbecue sauce all over your face and on your hands, you ain't eat it right. You're clean. You don't even need a moisty wipe." Then they left, and he was devastated.
Wow.
That's how I see like art.
I like that.
If your hands ain't messy and your face ain't messy after you ate, you didn't eat it right. This man would take the fork and knife, cut each part, and eat the chicken. There'd be no barbecue sauce. He didn't need nothing at the end. You know what I'm saying? And that's yeah. As a matter of fact, at the end of the episode, he finally took the chicken and picked it up and ate it. I was like, I don't even know what show this is. It's not a cartoon. I want to say it was a Callista's Explain It All, but it wasn't that shit. It wasn't that
crazy.
Shit, but that's how I see art. It's not supposed to be clean all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be messy. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Art is anything. You know what I'm saying? Really. So, yeah.
All this stuff I gravitate towards, like, even like music-wise, like, like Mad Lib samples, they're not always on beat. They don't need to be on beat. They don't need to be.
Yeah, Doom.
Oh, yeah. Doom's drums were all the way off. They don't need to be on because by them being off, it feels good, you know.
A lot of times. Plus, I guess speeding up, slowing down, that type of shit. There's no real rules to this, and when people figure that out, that's why I think the music and stuff get better. That's when it more. But then you have this right here, like Proch said, a lot of people have bad taste.
Oh yeah, and
that's true.
They're like kids, they're like children, and they only eat certain things. They're not willing to go out there and risk eating something else.
They're not trying caviar. They're not.
They're not trying.
You can't take them to hot pot.
No.
Or you could take them there, and they'll still try to eat chicken fingers.
Yeah,
that's the problem with that shit. A lot of people are like that, yo. Primo Jam, what we got, bro?
Man, what a pleasure, Dave Proch, to have you kick it with us, man. The one thing that y'all were just talking about with AI, man, like hearing your approach to looking at the future. You said, I'm not trying to fight the future. I'm just trying to, what'd you say? I'm trying to be prepared, or I'm trying to adapt to the future.
Because they can't compete to them. Yeah.
I don't want to fight a losing battle.
Yeah. Well, but that's what you said, but you already said you can't lose, and you explained it, though, your strategy, your approach to how you're looking at your style and just the value of art, being a real human artist, man. Lean into your flaws, man. Like, that's what you said. And that's what makes us human. That's what makes shit dope is, you know, you can't look at this AI shit as a threat. It don't mean nothing, man. Like, for example, like this whole The Alchemist thing, I didn't care about the video because I just thought it was just a visualizer, a random visualizer that he was using for the song. So I didn't really care because it's like you said, if somebody's singing over that boop beep beep boop Casio beat, but they're singing amazing, you know what I mean? If they're putting in that part of the ingredient, I might be willing to overlook the Casio beat that time and then wait for what they have coming next. So yeah, you know, it's always going to be something that raw human talent is always going to make us want to tap in even more. And yeah, man, like I say all that to say, like you raw human talent, bro, man. Thanks a lot for continually blessing us and blessing the people who are tapping in with us with images of these rap superheroes, these hip hop superheroes that exist in this era right now, man. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, man, you got the vision, bro. And you know, like Carl said earlier on, starting to get pissed, man. But it's fine because there's some Proch covers in the future, and people tapped in. I mean, even if they're not covers, I know that Proch pictures are hanging on the wall. And you know that
in that regard, I've had a lot of people buy like my physical paintings over the years.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, for me, it's like I definitely want more recognition, but it's not going to get in the way of my productivity.
It has
not.
It has
you know what
not.
I mean? Because by the time maybe I do get a little recognition or whatever, I want people to be able to look at me and see a back catalog of like,
hey,
to say.
We're in the same boat. I don't think as a podcast we get near the respect. I know from the artist we get a ton of respect. But you know, I still don't understand why we're not way bigger than we are, because this podcast is amazing.
Yeah.
And you're amazing.
I appreciate you guys. You guys give me a weekly place to remind the world of who I am and what I do. And I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Someone like me with the brain I have, I want to keep, like, I'm not the best marketing whiz, so I got to remind people as much as possible. Here's what I do. Here's what I do. Here's what I do. You guys give me that. You know?
What up?
Yeah.
What up? Carl, what we got, bro?
Okay, so I'm going to go around the horn here real quick. Obviously, you know, Dave, I've told you personally that, you know, I am a huge fan and I love that I get to work with you every week. I love that you're getting some of the opportunities that you are getting. And I'll take this opportunity to tell everybody on the podcast that all of the portraits that are done that haven't been sold are normally available for sale and at a really reasonable price. And these are generally 4x4 paintings.
8x8.
Oh, 8x8. 8x8 paintings. Sorry.
Nice.
8x8 paintings that, you know, are frameable, You guys definitely, look through the catalog of dope covers that he's done for the issue art, and definitely hit Dave up. Check out what he's got available, because he's always got some amazing stuff, and it's not just what he does for us, but the amazing Wu-Tang and all kinds of different portraits that you've done over the years. Actors like Rob De Niro and just such amazing work. Primo Jab, again, I can't thank you enough for your friendship and for the work that you do on this podcast. People, really like that each of the three of us kind of bring something different. And for you, you bring this insane wealth of knowledge to this podcast. Your hip hop history, both in regular hip hop and underground, is immense. And again, your scheduling is phenomenal. But you're also just an incredible human, and I'm just super proud to know you. And Lukey, I believe that everything happens for a reason, and I don't mean that in a hippie metaphorical sense. I think decisions that we make in life bring us to places, and for us to meet when we met right after the Fuck You Mean podcast, and for us to organically just find out that we're both hip hop heads and Doom fans and Crime Faces fans, and
that's wild.
I have so much respect for you on different levels. You're obviously an amazing father. You're an incredible employee. You're somebody that gives 110% no matter where you work. You're a great leader. You're also hilarious and crazy. And I love all those things about you. So, thank you for allowing me to be on this journey with the three of you. I'm incredibly fortunate.
Well, thank you so very much, Carl, man. Well, if I was a bitch ass motherfucker, I would have cried, man. I ain't gonna cry because I don't want to be a bitch ass nigga. That's no emotions. Yeah, kind of got me kind of emotional, man. A little bit. Yeah, thanks, man. That's good. That's good shit. Well. Yeah. Just by going to work, running into the Carl, man. Oh, but that's not the first time I met Carl. I met Carl at the basketball tournament. Now sizing him up.
Yes,
sizing
that
him
is
up,
true.
man. Ain't that fucked up?
And I had a jumper.
Who's up fucking? Yeah. He had a good team. The little girl on the team was
she was incredible.
Crazy good though.
5'3" and moving.
And she was shooting that thing, man. I was like, yo, I'm gonna finna foul this little motherfucker right here, man. Word. Yeah, that's how I think, man.
Typical Lukey.
Yeah. This wouldn't be possible without Carl. Carl, motherfucking, he asked if we want to do it, we could do it, pause. And we started doing it. And we've been doing it for 200 episodes.
That's a lot of pausing in there. Yeah.
Yeah. Word. Shout out to all the homos out there, though. You know what I'm saying? Word. Word. But yeah, 200 episodes. We have lasted 4 years. That's most longer than some marriages.
4 years.
Yeah. Almost.
Oh, we're gonna last. We're not going anywhere.
Hey, I'm not saying this on us, man. You see these motherfuckers playing around in Iran, Israel, everywhere. I don't know what the fuck that dumbass in office is going to do. But anyway, I digress.
I got a generator. We'll fix it. We'll figure it out.
I know.
But we need to be able to publish the episodes, Carl.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm concerned about.
Yeah. All guns, no butter. You're going to be like, you better not mess with my vinyl shipping. Is Iran shit.
That's a fact.
Yeah, but cheers to the three of us. You know what I'm saying? Cheers to Dave for hitting me up, being like, hey, he hit me up. Low key, I wanted to ask him to do it, but that's why God works sometimes. I guess God felt my energy. It's like, yeah. I'm like, oh shit, yeah. I really wanted to ask him anyway. You want to do the issues again? Yeah. So it just worked out like that. Primo Jab, thank you, man. Thank you for all the time you corrected my fucking grammar and all my words that I be saying wrong. Yeah. Thanks, man. Shirt. Yeah. Word. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. Here's the 200 episodes.
Lukey.
Never. Yeah, never. But yeah, here's the 200 episodes. You know what I'm saying? A word. And inshallah, Lord willing, we'll get to 200 more. You know what I'm saying? Word. We're here for y'all as much as we're here for us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We are a voice to this, and there's always someone else starting to rap. You know what I'm saying? Always somebody out there having some heat. There was a period of time where we didn't have this space, this internet to find good music. We are your thesaurus, or we are your Dewey Decimal System, where you get to go find the fucking shit and then go search for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Word. There you go. So thank y'all motherfuckers for tuning in with us. If you ain't listened to an episode, go listen to the shit. You want to buy some paintings from Dave, go hit him up. That shit might already be gone.
And I want to say this too. I said at the beginning, $200 right here. Hit me up.
200. Haynes official.
To celebrate the 200. I think this is a nicer cut than Haynes. So it might be like a $10 T-shirt. And you tell me what you want on here. $200 to celebrate the 200th episode. That's a one-off. There's not going to be two. I'm not scanning it in. No prints are going to be made. It's just a one-off.
Hand painted.
Just a one-off. That's hot.
Yeah.
I like that.
I think that is a great idea. I could never do any of that shit. Y'all see y'all got Carl and Dave got OCD. Maybe Primo had too. I don't got none of that shit. I got. Hey yo, I'll do this right here, man. I'm finna record 8 songs a night. Yeah, I'll be like 8 songs. I'll be like, yeah, word. Wake up, use the bathroom, then go to bed. Yeah. Well, shout out to the quadruple us. Yeah, because we making this shit crack. You know what I'm saying? Well, word. It only can get bigger. It only can get better. You know what I'm saying? Well, word. And the fact that we're not, for lack of better terms, trying. We're organically doing this at a high level. Yeah, shout out to us. You know what I'm saying? Well, 200 episodes, 200 more. Fuck Mike Green.
Fuck
all
Mike
that
Green.
shit. Yeah, check your socks.
37
too,
times plus infinity.
Yeah, check your socks. Sock check. You know what I'm saying? Word. Yeah.
Straight up. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, man. And some of our motherfuckers been battling for years. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck y'all doing.
I got the angst on.
I got them high socks.
Word, that was a Trump line right there. They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Don't know what the fuck they're doing.
He said, fuck. I was like, you know what? If this was in real life, this would be the funniest shit ever, yo. I'm going to use that for a song so bad. Word. Yeah. Anyway, we'll see y'all motherfuckers next week. I'm going to leave it like this because I say this all the time. Remember, girls can't get pregnant through the mouth. See y'all next week.
Peace.
Too legit.
Yeah.
Too legit to quit. Yeah.
Too legit.
Too legit
to quit.
Too legit to quit.
Should I do the typewriter? Should I do the typewriter?
Do it.
You can. Do it.
Nah, man. I might tear a muscle.
You might blow your Achilles doing it. Oh, yeah. Hey, shout out OKC. Heal up, Halliburton.
Man.
Heal up, Taliban.
Check it out.
Playing your
revenge.
Proch,
we might get the Eastern Conference Finals. Philly and New York, because everybody else hurt. Boston hurt. Tatum is hurt. He going for the season. Halliburton's hurt. It might be, but Joel Embiid will get hurt again.
I gotta hit up Mitchell and Ness and get like, a throwback or something. Let me say, I don't follow. I'm not the biggest sports guy, but I always rep the city. Always.
That's all the reason why I
especially in West Virginia.
Sixers.
You got to do it.
Oh yeah.
Your Sixers will be good this year if they stay healthy. But football season's on the way. I don't really have a good football team. My team's the Rams.
Yeah.
Bear down, baby.
Yeah, word. Anyway, what? Fuck Mike Green. Ram him. Pause.
Fuck Mike Green.
Peace.
Yo, this sucks to say 1-0, checking in live from the truly authentic pop-up shop. Shout out to my dudes at The Abyss, man. Happy 200th episode. That's crazy. Salute. Hey, yo, peace. It's What a Mess. Shout out to The Abyss podcast on their 200th episode. Peace.
Yo, what up? This is Flu Dust, all the way from Melbourne, Australia. Just sending my huge props, major shout outs and congratulations to the Abyss podcast. 200 episodes, all quality. Respect that.
What up, y'all? Sorry to give. Just here to say congratulations to Lukey, Primo, and Carl on the successful path to 200 episodes of the Abyss podcast. Thank y'all for everything y'all did for us. You know, from the older artists to the newer artists. Salute y'all for, giving us a platform to talk about our successes and things that we've done in the culture, the underground culture that is. Just salute to y'all for everything that y'all have done, man. Y'all make this shit look sexy for us, you feel me? When we drop them projects, y'all come out there and talk y'all shit about our projects, and just give us a nice little avenue to speak and discuss how we felt, the process of making projects and all that. So just wanted to say this salute and congratulations to y'all. Many more successes. Hopefully we'll be here for 200 more, you heard?